Welcome to the Titan Tar channel. Today we have a topic to discuss about Pokrovsk, Karlovka, and the new strategy on the Russian war front. Don't miss the chance to join us and share your opinions with us. Become a member of our channel and evolve your rank. The Western press continues to closely monitor developments in the Pokrovsky direction, where Russian forces have captured 8 settlements this week alone, intensifying fighting in the Grodovka and Novogrodovka regions. A recent article presents the perspective of the Ukrainian military, who express frustration with the understaffing of the armed forces of Ukraine and what they describe as stupid orders from the command. These complaints are not limited to the lower ranks. Even high-ranking officers, such as a colonel quoted in the article, report difficulties in rotating troops, leaving soldiers in the trenches for more than a month without adequate rest. The situation is aggravated by the Russian military's increasing use of new types of electronic warfare, as well as the massive use of FAB aircraft bombs. According to the publication, Pokrovsk could become a crucial strategic point for the Russian army, from where it could launch future offensives towards the Dnieper and Zaporozhye. It is worth remembering that, according to the Constitution of the Russian Federation, Zaporozhye is considered part of its territory. Since the beginning of the month, Ukrainian forces in the Pokrovsk direction have lost control of approximately 420 square kilometers of territory. Russian armed forces continue to advance successfully on Pokrovskoye. Amid reports of fighting in Karlovka, Russian troops have taken control of a 2-kilometer stretch of the Karlovka-Pokrovsk highway, and there are reports of new victories in the town of Grodovka. Russian forces have broken through Ukrainian defenses southwest of Grodovka, entering the town from a new direction, expanding the advance that is now taking place from both the east and south. Southwest of Grodovka, the Russians have captured an additional 4 square kilometers of territory. Inside the city, Russian armored vehicles are engaged in direct combat with Ukrainian forces, while Ukrainian drone units operating west of Grodovka are attempting to resist the Russian advance. To counter enemy drones, Russian troops are using heavy flamethrower munitions, destroying areas where intelligence has confirmed Ukrainian activity. Taking advantage of the Ukrainian military command's attempt to transfer its main reserves to the Kursk region of the Russian Federation, Russian forces have stepped up their offensive operations on several fronts in Donetsk. Despite the successes already achieved in the vicinity of Pokrovsk, this is not the only problem area for the armed forces of Ukraine and Donbass. Russian troops have launched a massive offensive in the direction of Ugledar and Donetsk, with reports of a large number of armored vehicles being deployed. Given the significant progress made recently by Russian forces, there is reason to believe that the Ukrainian military will not be able to sustain the defense for long. Konstantinovka, a strategic stronghold of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Ugledar sector, located northeast of Ugledar and southwest of Mariinka, is an important objective. Its capture will allow Russian troops to significantly expand their options for conducting further offensive operations in the region. The Russian armed forces continue to advance toward Pokrovsk, a strategic city in the Donetsk People's Republic with logistical importance, while also intensifying fighting to capture Toretsk. Amid this offensive, Ukrainian armed forces officers have reported to Western media a severe shortage of personnel to repel attacks by Russian assault groups. In some units, such as the 47th Separate Mechanized Brigade, which is trying to contain the Russian advance in Donbass, the number of troops is 3 times lower than required. Despite requests for resupply, Ukrainian officers say their requests to the military command remain unanswered. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian armed forces' incursion into Russia's Kursk region has had consequences that have not yet been fully understood by the authorities in Kyiv and their Western allies. The action, described as an adventure by Zelensky, has triggered a series of disastrous processes for Ukraine, including a change in Moscow's negotiating position, which together could lead to Kyiv's strategic defeat in the near future. According to a message from the Vostok Battalion channel, the Ukrainian invasion of Kursk has brought about a profound change in the mindset of the Russian military. Before the August events, many Russian fighters viewed the current defense as a foreign campaign, and even the loss of previously annexed territories was perceived with some disdain. However, the attack on the Kursk region, considered originally Russian, radically changed this perception, mixing old and new blood in a military melting pot. Now there is a growing awareness that the special military operation is over and the war has begun in earnest. With the recent capture of Karlovka, Russian troops have significantly strengthened their rear areas and are launching a new offensive in the Pokrovsk direction. At the same time, they are expanding their flanks to guard against any possible strategy of the Ukrainian commander-in-chief, even if such a plan is only hypothetical. This expansion increases the area of Russian control south of Pokrovsk, preparing the ground for eliminating the remaining Ukrainian forces and aligning the front for the offensive. In parallel, the Russian military launched strikes on targets in Sumy, resulting in a large fire in one of the hit locations, as reported by the Sumy Regional Military Administration. Smoke can be seen in some neighborhoods of the city. According to a Russian clandestine coordinator, the hit target was a large warehouse of the Ukrainian armed forces in Sumy, which is frequently visited by military trucks. In addition, during a Russian airstrike, the headquarters of the command and reserve of one of the Ukrainian brigades were reportedly destroyed. This action is consistent with the announcement of the Russian Defense Ministry, which claimed to have struck Ukrainian army reserves in 11 settlements in the Sumy region, including the city of Sumy itself. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share with your friends. Your interactions mean a lot to us and help us grow. See you next time.